I try to listen to them, but I can listen 2 or 3 minutes because every time a player would come on, they talk about character. So I changed back to NFL Network. I don't want to hear about character. But it seemed like that was their mandate, to hit you over the head, with character. But then, when you open it up, you got people protesting the Cincinnati Bengals, but nobody is saying anything about the Denver Broncos with Garrett Bowles and that Chad Kelly dude. I mean, if you want to talk about character, why nobody protesting the Denver Broncos? Now, my boy Gerard Evans didn't get drafted.
Yeah, exactly, and that's a motherfucker, and that's a damn shame.
That ninja, Gerard Evans, got more talent than Chad Kelly, a whole bunch of quarterbacks. But it seems like you got to follow the money. They putting the money into the white boy quarterback. It's like going to a bank, you know, and the NFL got so much money, right? But they being selective on who they give the money to. You know, because like in my profession, truck driving, before I had my own truck and my own business, you used to go apply for a job, right? And they will always talk about your character. They're like, well, what about this arrest here and there? What about this? What about that? What about this, that, and the other? They always talk about character.
Exactly.
So it seems like that's what they're doing with the NFL. But I was listening to local radio today out of Charlotte. I don't tune in radio. I listen to local radio from my hometown, and I don't listen to Mike crap.
Okay.
They was trying to sell Christian McCaffrey, but a whole lot of black guys was calling the radio and like calling bullshit on this Christian McCaffrey dude.
Exactly.
If Christian McCaffrey is so good, why they draft Samuels? It's the same exact position. You mentioned it a little earlier. You know, Chris McCaffrey and Samuels, they do the same exact thing. Now, what's so crazy about Carolina, you had the Denver Broncos, you had the Kansas City Chiefs wanting to move up into that 8th spot. Carolina could have given Denver or Kansas City that 8th pick.
Yeah.
And they could have ended up with Dalvin Cook and Cam Robinson. If they'd have moved down to the 28th or the 26th to them for only maybe, you had 3 runners pick in the 2nd round. And then they talking about taking the pressure off of Cam.
Hey, look, hey, Jungle, hold your spot. Don't forget where you were going. In the 2nd round, when they picked up Curtis Samuel, I'm sorry, when they picked up Samuel, Dalvin Cook was still there. So was Joe Mixon.
It's crazy.
He was still.
It's crazy. What they trying to do, that ninja, what they trying to do is change the culture in Carolina. They want to put Chris McCaffrey as a face of that offense. But guess what? He's not going to beat out Samuel.
That's my point. That was the damn point I was making before, dude. Samuel has magic. He does the same thing. People don't even know how good he is. They got a better player in the later rounds, which was my point in the beginning with McCaffrey. There are ninjas all over the place that can do that shit. Ain't nothing special about that. It's just like seeing a white dude dance. He's not necessarily dancing looking better than anybody else. He's a great dancer, but it's just a trip to see a white dude dance that well. It's like seeing a cat bark. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be something you look at. But he doesn't have magic and that wiggle. Samuel does. That's the difference. But go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
You look on YouTube. Go look up Christian Samuel's highlights on YouTube. Now, they got a video of all his big-time plays at Ohio State. You know that's 50 minutes of nothing but Samuel highlights.
Oh, yeah.
All his touchdowns at Ohio State last 50 minutes, nothing but his highlights.
Oh, the boy got skill, man. That was he got skill, man. He got skill. Again, which is why I didn't understand. Look, in that position, you get Cam Robinson and protect Cam Newton. Or you get the prisoner. Apparently, he's pretty good. Get him. You get somebody to protect Cam Newton. And you can get a Christian McCaffrey-like player for less money, probably just as skilled, if not more skilled. Fuck me being pretentious about it. More skilled Magic, and you don't got to spend out all that money. So I didn't understand it. Unintelligent pick. You should have got a lineman to protect Cam. And if you're going to get a running back, get a difference maker. Get a Dalvin Cook who can catch out the backfield, who can pass block, who can be an every down back, who has explosiveness and the ability to go to the house. But you take fucking Christian McCaffrey. Makes no sense.
Motherfucker.
Makes no sense at all, that ninja. I mean, it's like a waste to pick because you got two players playing the same position.
Mm-hmm.
That A pick, they could have traded down, and it just don't make any sense, man. But I'm happy. I'm happy for Houston.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Big L probably gonna say I'm a Houston fan now because I don't wax so poetic about Houston, but Deshaun Watson, he wanted to be the number one pick, right? But Deion Sanders told him, I said, listen here, man, you're supposed to be the number one pick, but man, Houston is a better spot for you. You know what I'm saying? Houston is a better spot for you. You got a boy out of Clemson, a wide receiver out of Clemson, and you got Will Allen. So you got two wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You got two wide receivers. Then you got a pounding running back.
And Deontay Foreman.
And I am so mad at my Giants, that ninja, because Deontay Foreman got drafted with 89th pick.
Okay.
My Giants had the 87th pick. And they took that on Davis Webb or whatever. I don't even try to remember his name. You know what I'm saying? Davis Webb out of Cal. Now, you know the history of Cal quarterbacks. Outside of Aaron Rodgers, all the Cal quarterbacks flopped. Jared Goff, Kyle Bowler, you name it. Davis Webb, a third-round pick. That third-round pick could have been Deontay Foreman, even though they got Wayne Gallman out of Clemson in the fourth round. I like Wayne Gallman, but hey man, Deontay Foreman, that right there is what's the running back out of Seattle? Beast mode.
Yeah.
Deontay Foreman is beast mode, man.
He's a beast, man.
That is beast mode.
Dude, people that didn't see him play don't understand what kind of running back he is. And ran for more yards than the great year that everybody was talking about that Christian McCaffrey had in a tougher defensive conference on a team that didn't have nothing else to look at but him. And he did it impressively, dude. And hell of a running back, man. So, yeah, I saw that when they picked him up. I said, damn, the Texans had a damn good draft. Between Watson, getting a steal with Watson, and then you picking up a Foreman, and you got receivers. So they doing all right. But, yeah, you know what? More I think about it, man. Thank you for mentioning that.
Motherfucker.
Buster to your Giants. You got Josh Johnson and Geno Smith, and they draft a fucking quarterback from Cal when you had a chance to pick up a player that could actually make a difference. Makes absolutely no sense, sir. Makes absolutely no sense.
It seemed like the media lost their mind. As soon as they signed Geno Smith, you heard the rhetoric. You've been doing a great job today calling out the hypocrisy of the media during this draft. You know, but the media went out their mind about getting a quarterback. You got Geno Smith and Josh Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
That right, taking Davis Webb, whatever the cat name is, I don't even want to know his name. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to know his name. Taking him instead of Deontay Foreman, that's gonna bite my Giants in the butt. But last thing, that ninja, and I ain't gonna hold it to show. I think it was a good move by the Cleveland Browns. You know, their first four picks. I like their first four picks. Now they trying to sell that the kid out of USC. He's the starter right now for Cleveland. But I'm looking for Sean Kaiser to beat him out.
Mm-hmm.
I like Peppers. He a honey badger type.
Yeah.
I like Myles Garrett. I'm glad they didn't fall for the bait and draft Mitch Bukowski. I mean, I'm glad they did not draft Mitch Bukowski. I mean, so hey man, Hugh Jackson, he might have a chance. Even though I think Cleveland ain't doing him right, he might have a chance, man, with this draft, man. What you think about Hugh Jackson and picking up Deshaun Kaiser?
Look, Cleveland had an excellent draft. I mean, for people that were paying attention, I mean, there's this, there's this little silly ass thing where people keep saying, don't go to Cleveland, Cleveland sucks, and people don't realize the reason why the narrative is so strong is because Hugh Jackson is the coach. He's not paying attention. They always say that about a black coach. So that's right. The reason why the narrative is extra pumped up, and they're just acting like there's nothing they can do and they can't turn it around. They had a great draft. They did have a great draft, but I can't get over releasing RG3 and taking on Brock Osweiler, regardless of the contract, and releasing him allegedly. That part right there makes no fucking sense whatsoever. And those are the type of decisions that the organization is making. I don't know what to say. But the draft they had was excellent. Excellent draft. And picking up Deshaun Kaiser was huge. Deshaun Kaiser, Evans out of Virginia Tech, in my opinion, and maybe yours perhaps, not to speak for you. But Josh Dobbs as well, Mahomes, Deshaun Watson are probably the most productive quarterbacks I thought in the draft. 5 of the better quarterbacks. So anybody that picked them up, especially in the later rounds, in my eyes, is getting a steal. So I thought it was a great pickup. I think he'll do well. And eventually we'll take over the starting job, if not doing it from the giddy up. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I agree with you on that. Great draft, but the Osweiler thing I can never get over, man. Hey, I appreciate you calling, man. Is there anything else you want to say before you got out of here, sir?
Hey, Tampa Bay, I like O.J. Howard going to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
James Winston got some weapons, man.
Yeah.
Look for Tampa Bay to have a nice offense. I don't know about what kind of record they're gonna have, but man, I'm glad to see James Winston got some talent, man. He got some playmakers with him, man. Other than that ninja, man, I'm enjoying the show, man, and I'm gone.
All right, appreciate you, Jungle. That was the great Jungle brother, man. JB helped to get me started in the podcasting game, man. So appreciate you calling in, Jungle brother, as always. Man, 2 calls on the train. Not normal for my show. Not normal for my show at all, man. Not at all. Hey, thank you for calling in, JB. Appreciate that, though, man. All right, man. This is the Underground Railroad Show with ThatNinjaOnSpreaker.com. We've had a couple of calls. Not a normal thing on my show, man, but I do appreciate the calls. Appreciate the calls. And yes, hey, cuz I know you're already in here. Yes, people have been saying Cleveland sucks forever, but it's a little extra when they have a black coach. It's always going to be like that. It always has been. I know you don't agree. It is what it is. Hey, having said all that, we got that bad DJ on the train. Appreciate you coming in, cuz. Hey, I ain't up there yet. I just got studio help that's helping me out. Oh, boy. Yeah, JY3. Let a ninja take his kid on stage at the draft. No, sir. No, sir. You know what I'm saying? Something to that effect, man. You know what I'm saying? This, yeah, you know what it is. Dude, that, I don't know, man. They've done so much. It's just as egregious, if not more egregious than that. It doesn't surprise me. It's just, again, my surprise is that these type of incidents will be forgotten. And once again, instant credibility. Whatever they say is going to be gold. I guess that's really the thing that gets me. That's really the thing that gets me, man. You know what I'm saying? Instant credibility regardless of what happens. Regardless of what happens, man. Straight up instant credibility. But, you know, I feel you, though. I understand to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying, the need to believe that people are moral, that things are on the up and up. It makes life more enjoyable. So I understand to a certain extent. From a man Sluggo, I'm starting to think that every colonizer has a ton of points added to their evaluation simply because they fit the profile. That's why you can have a guy who was beat out for a position in college and subsequently be selected second overall. But the player who was better based on what their coaches saw day in and day out was not even drafted. If you can't see the fix is in, then, if you can't see that the fix is in, then a mental evaluation is in order. Hashtag colonizer tricks. That's from my man Sluggo. Dude, no doubt, man. No doubt. And the player he's referring to is Marquise Williams, who had a great career at North Carolina and was given absolutely no look. And people are kind of, and I was kind of disturbed. I thought people were making a good point and saying he couldn't even beat out Marquise Williams. Why is he getting drafted like this? But they were actually, I wasn't paying attention. What they were doing is saying he couldn't even beat out Marquise Williams. And Marquise Williams wasn't, they were trying to down Marquise Williams is what they were doing. Marquise Williams had a great career, had a better career than Mitch Trubisky, had a better record, accomplished more, and didn't even get a look in the league. Trubisky comes on the next year, does not do as well, doesn't play as well, team is not as successful, and he's the second fucking pick in the draft.
Motherfucker.
Shit is incredible. Shit is incredible, man. I don't know what to say. Hey, wait a minute. I did see a chat in here I wanted to read, and I skipped past it, man. Hold on a second. From Vince Wright. Go Cubs, go. And Ninja, I thought the same thing when I saw that dude had been to prison. Yeah, I mean, it's